Hello Dollar General friends. In this video, we're going to look at a lot more visuals of some surprise penny items. There is a whole lot of medicine items and a lot of register candy in this video. I do want to remind people that sometimes certain medications, such as the Mucinex and other cold medicines sometimes, will limit the amount you are allowed to buy at the register. So if you're trying to buy a lot, you may have to split up your transactions or have a very cooperative cashier. Some cold medications require you to put in a birth date, which means you will have to have an employee's help to purchase some of these things. So if you're buying a whole lot and you're trying to go through self-checkout, it's not going to work out. You're not going to be able to avoid the employees if you're buying the Mucinex or any cold medicine that asks for a birth date. I do also want to remind you that with all of this being medication and the rest of this video will be all candy, you may or may not want to check the dates on these products. If they are out of date, the cashier can deny you the sale. Odds are, if you find a whole bunch of this stuff, the employees are not going to want to check about 100 dates or so. They are just going to be too frustrated to do that. But if you only have a couple things, there's a chance that you get a grumpy employee who will check every date. So you just might want to consider that. I did find a lot of this stuff. I went in 3 different Dollar Generals yesterday and I got so many items. The only thing that I had an issue with was the Mucinex. They would only let you buy, I think it's 2 is the limit on those, and they did have to put in a birth date. But everything else, there was no limit. They didn't mind. They didn't have to put in any kind of dates or overrides. I did buy a lot of this stuff at the self-checkout, and it is ringing up a penny at the self-checkout in my area. So that should be an option if you have a few things and want to go through self-checkout to avoid the cashiers. I know that's something some people like to do. I don't blame you. I like to do that sometimes if I get the chance. I do want to remind you that these are surprise penny items, which means I do not have visuals of everything that has become a penny in the last couple days. There are so many items, and every time I scan stuff, I find a few more. When I went to the stores yesterday, I found a whole lot of party supplies that have now dropped to a penny. There is just so many things, pins, hair care items, some shampoos. There is lots of stuff to look for. If you have time, go in Dollar General, get your app set to the store you're in, and scan everything in the clearance section. You could get really lucky and find a lot of stuff that's not in these videos that no one else has found yet, because there's just so many items. I've seen people getting a lot of makeup and that kind of thing. I usually don't have the patience to scan through bins and bins of makeup, but if you're the kind of person that likes that sort of thing, there is the chance of finding lots of that for a penny. When looking for these items, you're going to want to check everywhere, but most of it should have already been moved to the clearance section because it has been on clearance for a few months now. I found most of my stuff in the regular clearance section with the orange tags and on a markdown rack that they had in a store that I went in. I hope this video helps you out, guys. I hope you find a ton of candy and medicine that can really help you out. And I do plan on making a haul video because I've already got a lot of stuff. Until next time, guys. Bye.